When The Incredibles was released in 2004, the film was praised at the time for being one of the few successful examples of the superhero concept coming from an independent source, whilst the film dealt with the reasonings for superheroes on superheroines leaving public life, with the American public not receiving any sort of help from superpowered beings. Whilst per circumstances in the movie, the entire concept of supers were once again brought into the American consciousness. But the speculative scenario is this: why were capes so deadly in The Incredibles? The entire premise of those in the super community within The Incredibles film and related media held it that those who had costumes had the option of whatever they preferred with consideration to their particular powers or personal preference when designing or conceiving their outfit or suit. From information now known, Edna Mode, due to her skills with Superman and Superwomen, became one of the main individuals that all superpowered beings came to for outfits or upgrades. Even new updated outfits due to the individual desiring a new appearance or even a new super alias. While men and women could have had the options of capes with their attire, the complexities of the modern heroics made such difficult, and there were documented instances of heroes and heroines dying from wardrobe malfunctions. From information now known, when Mr. Incredible originally decided to modernize his suit, he considered a cape with his new appearance. Edna was fiercely against such and would not ever allow it. Prior to her mentioning this particular fact, he didn't necessarily consider all of the accidental deaths to be connected in any particular way, as the general population simply assumed it to be a matter of tragic circumstances. But due to Edna working in secret, her identity wasn't even known to the general American public, and blame therefore couldn't ever be publicly attached to her. But the super community did understand the severity of the situation. This scenario held Syndrome, through unclear or unknown circumstances, potentially asked Edna to make his cape. The alternate scenario with theories considering that Syndrome created everything himself. This was confirmed in the Jack Talk short, where Syndrome explained to Kyrie McGinn where he says that he designed the suit that he wore. So in this situation, he devised the suit himself. On referencing prior heroes, he conceived of the cape to imitate his former idols, not exactly knowing the possible outcomes related to the cape as mentioned. But it could have been finally a more practical aspect from Pixar for super beings in the original Incredibles film to not necessarily have capes as part of their attire. Due in part to the technology at the time, details with capes among other aspects for depictions of characters in a computer graphically image-based film were difficult to do properly, and it just wasn't necessarily possible with the potential of computer-based technology of the time. As to why there were no capes in the film